Good morning. Today we are going to learn about Newton's first law of motion.
Flipping Physics.
Sir Isaac Newton was a great scientist whose first of 3 laws of motion we are going to learn about today. Newton's first law of motion is: an object at rest will remain at rest, and an object in motion will maintain a constant velocity unless acted upon by a net external force. There are clearly 2 cases here. An object is either at rest or in motion. Let's start with an object at rest. In order to do so, let's go to our Flipping Physics Correspondent in Chicago, Illinois. Mrs. Zeller, I believe you have something to tell us about an object at rest.
Yes, Mr. P, I do. I'm standing next to a very large rock. And as you can see, it is at rest. And it's still at rest. Therefore, we can conclude, according to Newton's first law, that there is no net external force acting on the rock. This is Mrs. Zeller reporting from Chicago, Illinois.
Great. Thank you, Mrs. Zeller. Now, Billy, I need to know what it means that there is no net external force acting on the rock.
It means there are no forces acting on the rock.
Actually, no. It means there are no net external forces acting on the rock.
Oh, right, but what does that mean?
Net means the sum of, or what you get when you add all the forces together. But what does external mean?
External simply means that the force is caused by an interaction with an object other than itself. For example, the rock next to Mrs. Zeller has a normal force acting on it caused by a push upward from the ground, and a force of gravity acting on the rock, which is caused by an interaction with the planet pulling down on the rock. Actually, Mrs. Zeller, could you please explain more about what it means that there is no net external force acting on the rock?
Oh, sure, Mr. P. You can see that the rock is remaining at rest. And this does not mean that there are no forces acting on the rock. There's a normal force acting on the rock and the force of gravity. What the net external force being equal to 0 means is that when you add up all the forces together, they add up to 0.
Thank you again, Mrs. Zeller. Next, let's talk about the other case. An object in motion will maintain a constant velocity unless acted upon by a net external force. Let me show you. You can see this steel sphere is in motion and will continue to move at a constant velocity until it experiences a net external force. Again, it has forces acting on it right now, the normal force and the force of gravity. However, those 2 forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, so they cancel one another out because their sum is 0. So, the sphere will maintain a constant velocity until it experiences a net external force. For example, it could run into a wood block. The wood block caused a net external force on the sphere and therefore changed the velocity of the sphere.
Hey, that block was an object at rest until the ball caused a net external force on it and changed its state of motion.
Very nice, Bo. The block was certainly an object at rest until the sphere caused a net external force on it and accelerated it. Now let's get back to the moving sphere. An object in motion will maintain a constant velocity unless acted upon by a net external force. Bo, please tell me what 2 variables remain constant when an object has a constant velocity?
The speed and direction of the object.
Because velocity is a vector and has both magnitude and direction.
Yep, speed and direction.
So notice you could also say an object in motion will maintain a constant speed and a constant direction unless acted upon by a net external force. This means the same thing as maintaining a constant velocity. Newton's first law is often called his law of inertia. Remind me, Bobby, what is inertia?
Inertia is the tendency of an object to resist a change in state of motion. Right, so staying at rest or staying at a constant velocity is all about inertia or resisting changes in states of motion. That makes sense.
Bo, please say Newton's first law for me one last time.
An object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay in motion unless acted upon by a force.
Thank you, Bo. You just made the 2 most common mistakes students make when stating Newton's first law. Students often forget that an object in motion will maintain not just motion, but rather a constant velocity, and it's unless acted upon by not just a force, but rather a net external force. Bo, one more time, please.
An object at rest will stay at rest, and an object in motion will stay at a constant velocity unless acted on by a net external force.
Very nice, Bo. Thank you very much for learning with me today. I enjoyed learning with you.
Yep, it's still at rest.